Thank you for having me. It's my pleasure to be with you. Thank you.
All right, still on TVC Breakfast Saturday, we went to the streets as usual to ask Nigerians. And the question this time around is, would you prefer to work from home for a pay of 250,000 naira, or would you rather work at an office and earn your 350,000 naira? Let's check out the responses.
It will actually depend on a whole lot of things. But for me, I personally prefer working from home. Working from home gives you that flexibility actually, because depending on the number of hours you have to work, you have the opportunity to also do other things. You can go into data analysis, you can go into project management, and actually in this century, remote job is what is very common, and it gives you that flexibility. Also, the company culture will also determine a whole lot. Imagine wearing your tie, your suit, getting to work, and you find out that the whole culture does not even encourage you or is not making you feel acceptable.
Honestly, with the state of things, I think I'll go with 350k working from the office, because the pay is obviously better. But I think there are multiple factors to consider, which would be, where I'm working and what I'm doing and all that. The amount of stress it's going to take. If it's honestly more convenient to take 250k from home, I'll do that. But as it stands, I'm going to go for 350k working in the office.
It depends on the proximity of the office to my house. For example, let's say I stay on the mainland and the office is on the mainland also. I think I would prefer working from the office, because in the office you get to network and higher pay again. But let's say I'm working on the island and I'm staying in the mainland, I think I would prefer working from home.
I think I would prefer working from home with 250k than working from office with 350k. I think that would, with working from home with 250k, I think I would have time to run some other side hustles and stuff. Plus, I just like flexibility. I really don't like people boxing me up with it. I can wake up anytime to do my work.
Personally, I would rather work from home than with a pay of 250k than work from the office with a pay of 350k, because I prioritize my comfort at all times, and Lagos State is actually a very stressful place, and I don't think 100k is enough to help the stress that Lagos State will give me. So I'd rather work from home and earn 250k.
All right, I think the question calls for deep reflections, because
you need to think twice.
Yes, of course, while working from home has its gains, but then you cannot, negate or rule out the distractions that come from home, and that feeling of is it company now? If you were to work with colleagues, subordinates,
let me come from this biblical saying that you do not forsake the gathering of the saints. So like a friend
taken into the secular world too. There's room. There's a place for that.
Share ideas,
and
rub minds together. But when you're just working from home, you're just there. But sometimes when you look at the situation of
the hustling, bustling city,
from one bus to another, or trying to buy fuel.
But you still find yourself waking up as early as possible to get to work. If nothing at all, like we had with Barrister Abdullah, just come sit down with your contemporaries and then go back to face home runs again.
And I think that's it's a new shift, because
it's a new reality.
In some developed countries, they're not.
Yes.
You don't see everybody at work at the same time.
Absolutely, absolutely. All right. Thanks to COVID, one of the gifts COVID gave us.
Yeah.
All right. So, well, that's also our cue for us to bring in